Come on.
Not on Twitter fingers getting at you again?
You know what? I hadn't. I shut my social media off, and I'm not even worried about it. I'm sure they are. I get a lot of text messages from friends just encouraging me, but I hadn't seen anything. But it is what it is. It's part of it. It comes with the nature of the position. So that's kind of their space. I'm let them have their space.
Tony, what do you see as the issues with the offense there, and when is the point when things are what they are instead of you know, we're going to be able to fix it?
You know, the biggest thing is we're just out of sync right now, and it's 10 guys and then one guy not doing the right thing, or it's 9 and you got 2 guys not doing the right thing, and some of that can be, you know, attributed to youth. Guys just, you know, in the game speed is a little bit different, even though practice speed is pretty fast here for us on our practice field. It still happens fast in the game, and it takes time just to kind of work through those things to be able to anticipate. You know, some of the mistakes were some of the younger guys. You know, from a quarterback perspective, you know, we got to do a better job up front just to make him get comfortable again. I thought he made some progress, you know, in terms of in previous games of sitting in the pocket, but I thought he got a little antsy again and kind of moved in the pocket when he didn't need to. So you know, just things and I think all the guys, the staff, everybody felt like this was the game, and I think it's a couple plays too. You know, I think if we score on that first drive, you know, we hit that little dump to Shipley, he's gonna have a big play. Score on the second drive, then we come back and we at least, you know, get some momentum on those next couple of drives. It could be a completely different outcome, and all it takes is a little bit of momentum. So, you know, I don't think we're at that point where it is what it is yet, but we just got to continue to figure out get the right pieces in place. You know, just really kind of, you know, assess and say what each individual can do, and then try to build our plans towards putting them in a position to be successful.
You know, DJ, after Georgia, he took the blame for that. After Georgia Tech, he told us it was his fault. Again, he's probably going to tell us, he's probably going to take the blame for NC State. How wearing is that mentally on a young guy still trying to figure things out?
Well, first of all, that's just the type of young man that he is, and he understands the magnitude of the position that he's in. That you get a lot of the credit, but you get all the blame too. And you know, he's been in a good spot. You know, I haven't seen any changes in his demeanor. I think he understands that. He knows that's the right thing to do. But it's not all on his shoulders. There are a lot of things. You know, there's things I can do better. You know, from a coaching staff standpoint, we all can do things better. You know, each individual player can do things better. So it's not all on him. He is the face, yes, so he gets the majority of the blame. He does have to improve some of the things that he can control, but some of the things he's taken responsibility for are actually out of his control.
Two-part question for you. Anybody that's ever held an Xbox or a PlayStation thinks they can call plays. It's come under fire. And, you know, RG3 says it's archaic. Some people say it's too conservative.
Yeah.
First part would be, how do you respond to that? And then second part would be, you know, I saw Brandon Streeter very animated on the headsets against Georgia Tech. How much does he have input on the plays? How much does Coach Sweeney? Or all three of you kind of calling plays? How does that dynamic work?
Well, I call the plays, but I get input. And I rely on those guys to just give me suggestions. I trust their eyes and what they've seen. They've been a part of the process. And you know, the response that I would have to archaic is just the same plays that they're running in North Carolina. It's the same plays that's being run all around the country. We're just not having success. We're not executing at a high level. So there's going to be critics. You know, it comes with the territory. We just got to do a better job of executing the plays. You execute the plays, you have success, you score points. Then it's not questioned as much. You know, so that would just be my response to that. But definitely rely on all those guys to assist. Just give me information throughout the course of the game to help try and find the right calls for the guys. And at the same time too, you know, when you're struggling, you know, everyone wants you to go be creative and think outside the box. Well, you got to be able to execute the fundamentals, you know, first and foremost, and that's where we got to get better.
Tony, with the running game, is it simply better execution, better push from the offensive line, or do you have to start scheming around maybe some of your deficiencies to try to improve that area?
I think it's a combination of a couple of things. You know, finding the right combination of guys up front, and then making sure that they understand the schematics, the details of what we're trying to do, and then young backs too. You know, sometimes with the young backs they get a little antsy. There are a couple of plays where if we stayed on the right track and we trusted it, man, it was going to result in some big plays. So it's a combination of a couple of things. And then the last couple of weeks, schematically too, you know, you got to work around. And so when you play that 3-man front, especially with the alignments that they're playing with the defensive ends, you got to do some different things with your tackles, you know, which is new, you know, for guys. And so you get a week of preparation throughout the course of the week, but still you got to go execute, and it's a little bit different nuances than what they've been doing up to that point.
I mean, the offensive line is obviously drawing a lot of focus for some of its struggles, but how would you say that the blocking on the perimeter has maybe hamstrung in some cases your ability to run outside, do some of the horizontal things that you would normally like to do?
You know, I thought that Georgia Tech, they made an improvement there. I think that where we got to get better is just finishing off blocks. I think they initially get things started, but we got to play all the way through the whistle and finish those blocks, because that's what results in those explosive plays. You know, I think about one in particular, you know, the screen to Ross. We just threw a bubble out there to Ross, and he makes a jump cut. Well, if we hold that block just a little bit longer, man, he's going to take off, he's going to run. But we don't, and now we get tackled by the ankle. And then you think back to Georgia Tech, when Shipley's, man, when he's working, he busts that run. If we just finish that block, you know, on the third level, he's going to spring for a touchdown. So we just all got to do a better job of the details, the footwork, the hand placement, the understanding, and then just that relentless finish, you know, all the way through the whistle. And then just understanding, we got to do a good job as coaches too of pointing out to those guys, you know, how that extra effort can turn into big plays in the run game.